friends. So it's July 25th, 2022, and I thought I would hop online with a little update on my Tower month, and then a kind of preview of my idea for a Mindful Tarot challenge in August of this month. So, as I've said on this channel many times, July, that midpoint of the year, has now historically been my Tower month, the month when I expect all hell to break loose, the month when I'm feeling this, right? And this year, I literally pulled the Tower for my card of the month when I did my Wheel of Life spread at the beginning of the year. Now, here's the thing about the Tower, right? You know, every moment is a Tower moment, because in every moment, something is passing out of existence and something is arising. I mean, our lives are continual flux, right? This is just the state of impermanence, of the coming and going of a vibrant, sentient life. So, you know, we're always courting disaster. Or let's not call it disaster. Let's just say that, you know, as we tenaciously hold on to that which we love or desire, and as we tenaciously push away that which we don't like, the universe keeps turning things over. You know, we can't hold on to the good stuff. We can't permanently push away the bad stuff. So this pulling and pushing, that's just a human life. And as we ease into the truth of that, accepting both our tenacious heart and the ways in which the world is in continual motion, we can find, at least this has been my experience, we can find a kind of expansiveness, a softening of our heart, an opening start to emerge. This is the path of spiritual growth, I think. So my spiritual practice now has been for a number of years kind of exploring the toweriness, the coming and goingness, the flux and cataclysmicness, cataclysmicality of life in the month of July. But the Tower is always with us. You know, life is always upending and also always being erected and rebuilt anew. Sorrow and joy. You know, it's that, the truth of that beautiful, that 18th century Zen monk poet Ryokan, the truth of his haiku, where he says, showing its front side and its back side, a maple leaf falls. You know, this is life, front and back, love and grief, gain and loss, birth and death, joy and sorrow. Showing its front side and its back side, a maple leaf falls. Anyway, so I've been exploring the Tower this month. And one of the ways I've been doing that is with my, you know, go-to significator method, where, you know, I have a card of interest, which is this month that has been primarily the Tower, and I tuck it into the deck, I shuffle, and then I go through the deck one card at a time. When I get to the Tower, the card immediately before it is my canopy card, my above card, and the card immediately below it is my roots card, my below card. And the roots and canopy spread is a way of me seeing, you know, what do I need to settle into, the truth of this moment, and how do I expand out of it? So just had a fabulous draw last night that kind of, I don't know, pulled it all together for me. I got the Five of Cups as my root card, and the Hanged Man as my canopy card. And isn't this the Tower, right? This way in which things being upended, that loss, right? That cataclysm is also the opportunity for a revolution in perspective, right? Things being turned upside down, things falling, things spilling out of their proper containers, the sense of loss, destruction, dismay, everything that makes us hang our heads. Well, if we allow that revolution in perspective to happen completely, if we allow the world to turn us upside down, then don't we get to embody the ways in which this card, with the sort of halo that gets created by the hanged person's head, his hair, don't we then get to have that surrender and that transformation of perspective that this card embodies? So, the Tower turns things upside down. Huge sense of loss in that. We've been literally decapitated, right? Our crown has been blown off. Our sense of ego, of self, of everything that we've built. And yet that moment is a moment of grace when we have the opportunity to turn things around. Yeah, the Tower. 5 of Cups, Hanged Man. Yeah. Turn things over. It's like tilling the earth, right? Turn things over so new growth emerges. Speaking of new growth, the deck that I've been using here is there's a Mindful Tarot community member named Anna Krumke who lives in Norway. I'm kind of embarrassed and honored to learn that I inspired her about the 1973 Keisha Bo tarot deck. Deck that Keisha Bo is the name of the publisher. It's a deck that was the first, as far as I understand, the first Japanese design tarot deck produced in Japan. And it's this fabulous hybrid of Waite-Smith and Marseille woodblock style. So it's got a lot of Waite-Smith imagery, but also some, it's a hybrid, but also this Marseille feel, this woodblock feel. It's a fabulous deck. And Anna has made actually 2 different restored versions. So the card I was pulling from was from her restored version called the Retro, which I don't know if this will show up in this light. One of the things that she did is I have to do a real flip through because this light is terrible. She created sort of a more desaturated palette in the Retro. She has another one. But then she also brought some diversity through skin tone. And she kind of broadened the color palette. In the Retro, she kind of offered a sort of vintagey overlay on the colors. So there's a kind of vintaging of the overall feel of the deck, these sort of fun backs. It's a crisp and beautiful version of the deck. And it does this really neat thing. She puts in 2 Queen of Swords. So here's the regular Queen of Swords. Again, she's kind of tried to make the deck a little bit more diverse. She also brightened up the faces a little bit because they're kind of glum on some of the cards. And then she added a Kali Queen of Swords, which she says is the kind of the cut the shit kind of Queen of Swords card. So we've got 2 Queen of Swords. That's fabulous. She's waiting. This one, the Retro, is going to be up on Make Playing Cards soon. The one that's already there is she's calling it the Old Fool Restored or Revived, I think. I don't like the backs as well. These backs, I think, are kind of cute and fun. I'm not as fond of them, although I like the colors. But what she's done with the color palette here is really fun. I love that we have a black Pope now. She also added background colors coordinated with the minor suits. So this kind of greenish in the swords, and then although I love that dark brown in the 9 of Swords, and then I kind of look at this beautiful 5 of Cups with the sort of rose background for the 5 of Cups, Page of Cups. Sort of a yellowish, deep yellow for the Pentacles. It's really pretty. It's linen. I think she's also going to have some choice in the finish. This is a linen finish. And it's just, for $40, you can have your own Keisha Bo. So I'll put the link for that below. Anyway, thank you, Anna. And I'll do a real walkthrough of her 2 versions of the deck in an upcoming video. Meanwhile, August 2022. So this month I've been really leaning into the places that scare you, my own kind of leaning into the towery moments, the sort of, ooh, ah, right? The cataclysm, the upheaval, the sense that, you know, yeah, we'd love to have just the upside, but life gives us the downside, and that's where growth comes from. In the month to come, August, I think what I'm wanting to work on and encourage for anyone who wants to play along at home is really something more and more that has been of meaning to me, which is how do I engage in conversation with my cards in the ongoing exploration of a theme? Like, how do I start a real dialogue going with my cards, which of course is a dialogue with my heart and the universe that is in my heart, you know, the sort of the infinite that is already here with me, right? And the method for this is a method that I've talked about in other videos called revolving the card, or revolving the cards, where the card of interest in a spread that emerges, like the card that I'm most curious about, becomes the significator for a secondary read. So here's the encouragement. The encouragement is to begin somewhere, wherever you want to begin. You know, let's say it's the Tower. And to begin, for me right now, to begin with that Tower card. And to have that be your significator. And then to do, as I described a few minutes ago, to do this significator reading where you pick the top and the bottom card, you do a 2-card spread, and then whatever the card that is most compelling to you, choose one, becomes your card for the day ahead. So the Tower was my significator yesterday. It gave me the Hanged Man and the 5 of Cups. I'm going to now revolve the cards, and so my reading for today is going to be a reading based on the Hanged Man, because I want to explore more deeply. I want to find out more deeply what the Hanged Man has to teach me. So in August of this month, I'm going to do this method every day. So August is revolving the cards. That is the challenge for August, is just to engage in this ongoing conversation with our deck. And an encouragement, if you like, to really stick with the same deck for the month. Or at least to stick with it as long as it takes for you to feel like you've heard what that deck has to teach you. You know, it's a discipline to stay with a question, to keep exploring, to keep leaning and listening in, to let the cards, to let the 78, to let your own heart really teach you, to allow yourself to be taught. Of course, in this exercise, you know, you are being taught, but you're also the teacher, right? The cards are just the medium that allow you to teach yourself what you already know, right? Isn't that how intuition works? So, I'm demonstrating this method. It's not, I mean, for those of you who've been watching my videos for a little while, I mean, this is not new. This is kind of what I've been doing, what I always do, you know? But I want to make it explicit in August. How do we let ourselves really carry a thread of inquiry? And what happens when we just follow that thread on and on and on? It's that thread of inquiry. It's like Ariadne's thread leading Theseus? I'm embarrassed. It's Theseus, leading Theseus into and out of the labyrinth of our own heart. Right? How do we follow that thread? Okay, I've been shuffling my retro version of Anna Krumke's Keishabo Restored. One more good riffle. I gotta say, the Make Playing card, Linen, It's just so lovely. It's so fun in the hands. Okay, and now I'm going to just go over the deck one at a time until I come back to that 5 of Cups. Again, this is the most thrilling video ever, as Esther leans her head down and looks into her lap where she's turning over the cups. I really do enjoy this deck. I enjoy, I mean, I love the Keisha bow, but I really love what Anna's done here with this shifting up of the color palette, the slight transformation of some of the faces so they're a little bit cheerier. And then, you know, the creation of a little bit more diversity. There's many different skin tones in this deck as she's unpacked it. Okay, so we're looking for that 5 of Cups. Oh, I just got Kali. I love Kali. My Canopy card, the 6 of Cups, and my Root card. Ooh, Death. Okay, so, oh, I wasn't looking for the 5 of Cups. I was looking for the Hanged Man. But, oh well. Well, I forgot what I was looking for, so I'm going to be with the 5 of Cups. And because sometimes I know better at an unconscious level what I need to know. In fact, all times. Okay, so Death. You know, talk about the loss and remorse and regret that this card directly embodies. So I love this restoration of it. Really makes pretty graphic. I think that's in the original, but you know, the hand sprouting out of the head, the foot with the little bloody surface, and that incredible death, right? Ugh, so powerful. So, you know, everything gets mowed down. This is how we till the earth. There's upheaval, right? This is how we till the earth. And that's what allows the flowers to grow. That's what allows us to recover our those ideals, that world of magic that we all knew as children. It was so easy and available to us. It filled our cups, you know. If the cup is empty, what fills our cups? We get back to youth. We get back to that Edenic, paradisal splendor because of this. Okay, so I revolved the card. I revolved the 5 of Cups. I did a Roots and Canopy spread. And I think what the card is that I want to keep exploring if I were to do this again, and this is what in the month of August the invitation is, revolving the cards. That's the hashtag for August. I would be exploring the 6 of Cups, trying to get a little bit more clarity and understanding, inviting the deck to continue to teach me this line of inquiry, taking myself through that labyrinthine exploration of my own heart, following the thread. Okay, that's all I got. Yeah, thank you so much for joining me, and thank you for your practice. May you be well.